Hello, this is a Korg Electribe sampler, Mark 1. Well, it says Mark 2, but it's really the first one that they made. It's a cool little drum machine, it's good fun. I've had it for a little while, bought it for 1,000 yen, no sorry, 10,000 yen, which is about $100. It was made in I don't know, didn't look it up. But it's good fun, it's a nice little toy, and you can make some cool stuff with it as well. I'm not going to be showing off any of the noises today, maybe that's for a future video maybe. But before I can do any of that, I need to get it fixed, and there's a little bit of an issue that I'm having with it, which you can see here is this encoder, this main encoder, the thing that you interact with all the time in this thing is really dodgy. When you turn the dial to the right, ideally, numbers should go up. When you turn it to the left, numbers should go down. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes you increase it, it decreases, or it increases by more than what you want. It's just dodgy, it's got weird contacts on the inside, it needs fixing. So that's what I'll be doing today. Yeah, don't expect any noises from this thing. You just have to trust me, it does work, it does make noise, but it's just this one little problem which I'm going to sort out today. So let's get it apart and address that problem. So I don't know if I'm making entertainment or education here, but if you're just here for the education and you just want to know the basics of what I did, if you know how to disassemble a thing, if you know how to take screws out, you can skip forward to 7 minutes and you can see what I did to make this thing work. But if you want to stick around, there'll be a few tips and tricks on the way. I have to apologise for the sound quality in this video. That noise in the background is just because I have the window open. It was about 33 degrees when I made this, because I'm not running an aircon, and I have to keep the window open, so you just have to enjoy some of the nature sounds going on. So I should mention as well, this isn't actually my first repair of this thing. I've had this problem for a while. It's been kind of intermittent, where I've had a dodgy encoder. I've had it apart before. I've disassembled it all the way, but I didn't really do a good job the first time around. I just sprayed some switch cleaner in there. That seemed to please it for a little bit, but it's this problem has come back around again, so it's time to do a proper job and see if I can do something a bit more permanent. See, there you go. Almost forgot. Number 1 rule: take a photo before you disassemble. So next step, which should have been the previous step, is to remove the knobs. And now I'll give you my top 5 rundown of best knob removal methods. Number 1, fingers. 3 out of 10. Can be painful, but you know, if things aren't jammed in, yeah, just pry them out with your fingers. But chances are they will be stuck in, so you're going to have to use something else. So, bendy black spatula scraper thing. Not bad, until you get to a really stubborn one, and then you're gonna have to try something else. Yeah, this one in the middle of the board just doesn't want to move. Nope. So plastic ruler we'll come back to. Very small Allen key. Trying to pry it out? No. 1 out of 10. No good. And a ruler is good if you just want a shorter ruler. That's the only thing that's useful for. Just making a ruler shorter. Nah. No good. And then my top tip, which somehow I just found this out in making. I didn't realise this was a good method. Vice grips. Now it looks barbaric, what I'm about to do, but just get it around one, get the right sort of tension on there. Stick a cloth over it, get it nice and tight, and Bob's your uncle. There you go. Top tip. Yeah, and then in editing, make sure you've forgotten to speed up the last 3. Yeah, enjoy these ones in real time. So there you go. Vice grips and cloth gets the job done. Just remove those screws again that I put in temporarily, and we're in. And you can see this is the main guy we're after. So like I said before, I have been in here before and I have removed this. So doing it again now might be weakening. You'll see there's little tabs that need moving to get this thing out, and it's this is the second time I've done this, so I probably can't do this many more times until I've completely weakened these metal parts. So hopefully this fix will be a once and for all kind of job. Okay, let's see how well I can explain this. I'm not an electrician or an engineer, but here goes. So you can see those notches on the edge of the wheel that seem to connect with the spring that you can see there. That semicircle piece. That's what gives it that's what makes it click in place. And those 3 pieces below are the contacts that do the actual electrical stuff. And you can kind of see how the middle one is a little bit higher than the one next to it, the lower one. And I think that's what's causing some confusion between which is left and right. So what I'm trying to do here is just trying to straighten them out, trying to get them at the same level so that they kind of get triggered at the same time. I think there's some issue about one of them is being triggered earlier than the other one, and that's what's causing confusion. I don't know, I'm not an engineer, I don't do this stuff, I'm just bluffing it. In the comments let me know, someone link me to some article that will explain this and I could learn, because right now I'm just learning by doing. Just using a bit of violence to get this thing back together. I want it to be nice and tight. And make sure you use a nice bit of sci-fi to prop up your circuit board when you're working on it. Before we do a full reassembly, let's just get it back together temporarily to see if what we've done has had any effect whatsoever. So we haven't totally killed it. From the looks of it, that seems to have done the job. Yep, so turning it right gives you an increase, turning it left gives you a decrease, as is tradition. So I think with that, that's good enough to screw it back together and call it a day. And now for the reassembly. I did consider just reversing the footage of the first half, but I guess I'll do things properly. So I'm curious to know if anyone watching is also an ES1 owner, or if they have any of the other Korg Electribes. So please let us know in the comments if you have one of these, if you have a ton of experience with it, what you think of it, or if you don't and you're thinking of picking one up, maybe you found a good deal on a used one, and on a used one. However, yeah, of course it's going to be used, isn't it? But yeah, if you're thinking of picking one up, what would you like to know? Let us know in the comments, because I'm going to be making some more sort of focus videos on this thing. I know it's been talked to death, I think, this machine, but there are a few things that you can go a little bit more in depth into. So I'm going to be doing that soon. A few things that you can do with this machine that you wouldn't necessarily think to do, maybe. So that'll be coming up soon. Because there are some things with this thing that you can do which you can't really do with other devices. Well, no, it's not that you can't do them with other machines or other Electribes, but you wouldn't really think to do. Which is why I think it's quite an inspiring little box to have, little box of tricks. So I'll be doing some more in-depth videos that are less about me rambling just to fill time in this video. So stay tuned for that. Let us know in the comments if you have any any of your own tricks that you like to do with this thing, or anything you'd like to know, like what it's capable of, let us know. I'll be sure to address that in a upcoming video. So here we are, the final piece of the puzzle. Okay, and we're back together. Let's just power it up one more time to make sure things as we left them when we tested it. So now we're able to get to some quite precise values quite quickly, which we couldn't really do before. So it's going to make things easier in the future, because yeah, with this thing, if you do a lot of sample manipulation with this, you're going to be using this knob a lot. So it really helps to have a nice quick workflow with this thing. And that brings me to the number one top tip. Take this knob, throw it away, and get yourself a big knob. That's right, just get an old Roland MC303, chuck it in the bin, and just take out the big knob and stick it on your Electribe. You'll thank me later. It is so much better. If you spend any amount of time in the sample menu, chopping samples, doing that sort of stuff, yeah, you're going to feel the difference with this thing. And there we go. That's it from me. Thank you if you stuck around all the way to the end. Wow. You can subscribe. I'm going to have more videos about this device coming out soon, so stick around for that. Thank you very much.